Have you found yourself overthinking every step when you're about to make a big decision like buying a business? I'm no different, as I nearly took myself out of buying my 1.6 million fitted furniture business. So in this video, I'm going to show you a real unfiltered conversation with a first-time buyer so you can see exactly how to break through those doubts and easily buy your first business. And here's that conversation.
So the first one I have is a fear of failing. And I'm kind of turning some of the words back onto you, which I've put, this turns into overthinking and analysis paralysis until you talk yourself out of taking action. Is
Mm.
that a fair problem or comment?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Firstly, just let me highlight what this is. The first two is all around imposter syndrome, which I'm assuming you've heard of that expression.
Yeah, yeah,
We all have it.
definitely.
I have it. Everybody has it. So I recognize that when I was in your position, I had imposter syndrome. So don't worry, it's normal. But
Yeah.
how could you change that yourself?
How could I change that?
Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
won't take
See,
away from the fact that you'll still have imposter syndrome, but how can you embrace that and carry on regardless?
I would say a combination of things, really. A combination of obviously getting your kind of head right, and I don't know. I want to say diving in, but like just dive in and do it.
Yeah. Don't overthink this. You're now
But I'm
overthinking
already
it.
overthinking this. Yeah.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head. Dive in. What's the worst that can happen? Are you going to die?
No, no,
No.
absolutely not. But it's I know what it is. I know what it is. It's the first 39, 40 years of my life of being programmed to see and think things one way about not just in one particular situation, but everything that we do throughout our day-to-day lives. And I don't know if mentioned it to you or not before, but over the last year or so, I've been really learning a lot from the likes of Alan Watts. It's I don't know how to bloody explain it. I know I know me overthinking stuff, and I know me the way that I worry, the way that I think, the way the imposter syndrome. I know it's all mental, a mental problem. I know it's not a physical problem. I know that if I can basically get out of my own way, then nothing's ever that scary. I know that, but
No.
it's because you overthink it. It's because you think about the what ifs, the worrying, or your what's that saying of fear? I can't remember what it stands for now. But basically, you're worrying about things that just haven't happened yet, and you're worrying about the possible outcomes. You're thinking, well, if that happens, then that happens, then this will happen, but
Isn't was it you
nothing's
were thinking,
actually
isn't
happened.
it something like false evidence appearing real?
That's it. False
Yeah.
evidence appearing real. And then anything in the past, everything is now. Like I've listened to Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if you've heard of him as well.
Who's that?
I think is how you pronounce it. Eckhart Tolle.
No, I've not heard of him. Him, I
No,
presume.
he's yeah, him.
Hmm.
And he's got a book, a well-known book called The Power of Now. And he
Oh, yes,
basically
okay. Yes, I know that.
he
Yeah.
he he explains, well, if you know it, you know it. He explains that everything is now. The future hasn't happened. The past
Yeah.
has already gone.
Yeah.
And every worry or everything is not now. You need to be present now, and everything that you're worried about and everything that you fear might happen all hasn't happened.
And I
And
remember,
it's
and I can't remember who said this, and I can't remember the percentage, but it's something like 90% of the things you worry about never actually ever happen. Something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah,
other expression I've always used because I've had similar fears, same things. We all have these things, so don't ever worry that you're different to anyone else. And again, I can't remember. There was just something I listened to a long, long time ago, and you get all these little snippets in your head. Is that he said, when you're worried about something, just check the room. Are there any lions or tigers in the room? If there's no lions or tigers, you can't be killed. It can't kill you. So really and
yeah.
truly, what are you scared about? and you're just scared of taking that next step, scared of diving in, and so on. So I think you hit the nail on the head. If you can get out of your own way, you can take that next step. But I think the only way I think that you can make this work for yourself, if you really want to do this and buy yourself a business, is to start doing.
Mm.
Because the only way of learning, messing up, if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. So if you meet a business owner, mess it up. The worst case scenario, you don't buy that business and you learn from it, and then you can take that into your next meeting. That's the worst
You're
scenario.
no different. You're no different from where you was before you done anything.
Exactly. But you are different.
Well, you are, yeah, because you've learned and
you've learned that lesson.
You've
But
learned,
it's a
yeah.
lesson learned. You haven't fallen off a cliff and died, or haven't been eaten by a tiger that's in the room that isn't in the room, that type of thing. So I think if you can start doing these things, even if they're maybe the wrong business for you, I don't know. But I mean, you don't want to be wasting people's time, and you don't want to waste your time. But I think if you can get yourself in front of business owners, start having that engagement. Yes, you'll be nervous. Yes, it's scary, but the more you do, the more you learn, and then you'll start to think, well, actually, this is not too bad. Then the next one you do won't be as scary, and the next one, and so on.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's one of them things that almost, well, certainly to a point, almost. I'd imagine, like, forever, no matter what stage you're at. But when you said that, like just then, the first, it's going to sound weird, but the first time you do it, it's scary. It's whatever, and then the next time you do it, and then it's not as scary, and then you actually start to think it's not that bad. When you said that, like a whoa, way back past memory come up.
Okay.
And it was when I was, I don't know, 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
I remember when we was kids, I used to go to Camber Sands, which is Pontens, which is a holiday. So it was where we used to go. We used to very poverty sort of stricken youth I had. So that was kind of where we went. And there was like slides in the water park or like the swimming pool. And I was always fearful of going down it. And I just remember the first time I went down it, I was like, all those times I've avoided from doing it. I went down it and it was like, that was actually quite fun. So I go down it again and again and again and again. And it was just that getting through that, actually taking that first step and doing it.
Well, embrace that. That's an experience you can embrace.
Yeah. It's experiences, but it's almost like one that you never really learn from, because I'd imagine there's always going to be. It's all the same thing. It's all a fear of the unknown.
Absolutely.
But 90%, like I say, 9% of the time, once you actually, if you actually do it, whatever it may be, you actually think, I was worrying over nothing.
Why did I worry so much about it? Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's almost like a lesson you never really learn, because that memory way back from the past, and I can just picture the swimming pool now. I can picture being in there, literally the image in my head. I can see it where I was standing as a kid, and I don't ever really remember hardly anything from my childhood. It's just popped up then.
Well, that's brilliant. I mean, hopefully that will help you. You can embrace that thought, embrace those feelings, and help you realize that this isn't actually a bigger problem. Let me share an experience I had, but I'm going many, many steps forward from where you are right now. I've done the deal. I've bought the business. And I'm driving to the business on the first day. I am scared, absolutely out of my skin. I was so scared, thinking, what have I done? What do I know about fitted furniture? I knew nothing about fitted furniture. I've got 27 employees. I've got a business 1.6 million, and I never run a business that big, even though I'd grown the last one to just over £1 million. But it's a business I know nothing about. And I'm driving there, scared out my wits, thinking, what the hell am I going to do? I get through the door, meet the person on reception, say who I am. I go up to meet the owner, because the previous owner met me. He then showed me around and introduced me to people, took me around the factory, met the fitters that were there. Some of them were already out on the road and stuff like that. When that first day had completed, it was the same thing that you just effectively talked about. I thought, why did I worry so much? It really wasn't that bad at all. The business carried on as usual. The factory workers carried on making the furniture. The fitters picked up the furniture that had been made the day before or leading up to that and took them out to the jobs to be fitted. The phones kept ringing. The designers went out to do more design work. It carried on from the previous day when it was under the old ownership, and I had no reason to worry. So I think no matter what you do, unless you push through these different barriers or fear walls, if you like, for want of a description, you'll never expand, you'll never grow.
Yeah.
But it comes back to that question I asked you in that email a few weeks back, Sam, about, and I wasn't sure how you were going to answer this. When I asked you the question, is this something you really want to do? Because if it's something you really want to do, you're going to have to face these fears, these challenges, the water slide scenario in order to progress and get it done. If you think, well, actually, this is really not for me, then that's fine. Either way is fine. It's neither is right or wrong, but I think only you can answer that question, and only you can push through those fears at the end of the day. And I know we've got quite a lot of other questions, but I think if we can get through this one, even just this one on this call, I think you can go away and have a think about it. That's kind of your main hurdle to move forward, really, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
If of course you want to.
Yeah. Well, when was it? It was today. At some point today. I can't remember when it was this afternoon or this morning. But I still get like not as many as I did before, but I still get emails from brokers.
Yeah.
And there was one come up today that actually looked really good.
Oh, did it?
And it was really
What's the
interesting.
size? What sort of size business is it?
I think the turnover is just under 5
million.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the EBITDA is 1.
Wow.
But it's local to the southeast, and it's windows, but it's commercial. So
what sort of, without giving too much away, because the last thing we want to do, because this is going out on YouTube, that you give any of your things away. Roughly what sector are we talking about?
It's construction.
Right. Okay. So what would stop you from calling that broker tomorrow or whenever?
I'm not. I'm gonna respond tonight.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so after we've had a call, I'm going to get straight on it.
Okay. Well, that sounds like an exciting opportunity. Bear in mind that £1 million profit may be over exaggerated. Bear in mind this is through a broker. That's what they tend to do. So take that with a little bit of a pinch of salt. But if it's a £5 million business making what looks like on the face of it a lot of money, that sounds exciting. Yeah. So yeah, delve into that one for sure. So, okay.
So now you know how to get past fear and self-doubt, but you might still be thinking, okay, where do I actually find great businesses to buy, especially profitable cash flowing businesses and the hidden gems that never hit the open market? Watch this next video and I'll show you how to find motivated sellers before anyone else even knows the business is for sale. And if you want my help finding deals, valuing them, and structuring the purchase, book a Zoom call using the link below.